My name's Bill and I'm an alcoholic, and this show is called Dreams. I'm sure I'm not alone when I look back at my childhood and remember what I'd wished for. I clearly remember what I wanted to do when I grew up. It was either to be a fireman or to be a property developer. My granny dealt in property, and that's what ultimately inspired me. And it turns out, although I didn't know it at the time, our relatives on my granny's side, going back many generations, were all property people. Being a fireman meant obeying orders and doing as I'm told. So I'm afraid that career option was definitely out for me. And without any formal qualifications, because I left school with nothing, I had only my labour to sell. So I ended up working in the building trade, and eventually I bought my first property. Drinking like a fish and fulfilling dreams are not the two most mutually compatible things to do in life. I can tell you that from experience. Drinking like I did opened up doors that at first were exciting, they were new, and I met some amazing people. I went to some great places, and friendships seemed to appear from nowhere. But slowly and methodically, over time, all this started to dwindle, and eventually it all just faded away. Drinking to excess gives, but then it takes away. Unfortunately, it always seems to take just a little bit more than I gave. Where good friendships, really good friendships, just had a habit of disappearing. Opportunities that were good and wholesome, and I could have made a lot of money from them, were squandered. And life fell into a pattern of negativity, of depreciation, and ultimately of loss. I ended up working on my own, with only my own thoughts to keep me company. My dream of property developing was never really extinguished, but it was a slow, hard slog. And it was very, very hard work. I had no rich backers. Everything I had to do myself. And any other dreams I might have had were determined by both fate and my alcoholism. Still, life always has a way of righting itself. And alcoholism, coupled with my determination, drove me to raise a family and travel and build a business. A recovery from alcoholism was never a dream of mine, but eventually it became a necessity. And one day I found myself at a meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous, and the journey from active alcoholism, from active addiction to staying sober has been with me ever since, where it's been both fulfilling and momentous. Dreams and sobriety today go hand in hand, where I continue to dream of another day sober, for without filling that one dream, any other that I may have had in my life will ultimately be distinguished. Bill the Shirt, Bristol.